Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday. It's time for the one, the only, Brian S. Red.
John Young.
Good evening.
John Young. It's not about me. It's about him. Good evening.
We're here to talk about a topic in which is near and dear to our hearts. We're going to talk about why you get the cheese on this. No, that was the other show.
That was that's a different project we've been working on.
Well, that's another one. Tonight, DJ Expo night. We're going to go through and talk about the itinerary of the things that you must check out at DJ Expo. Thank you for watching. If you are out there watching, and if you're not watching, where the hell are you?
What's going on? Where are you?
I mean,
it's Tuesday. There's nothing on TV.
There's nothing.
Come watch us.
I mean, it's like Olympic gymnasts with thighs that are tight enough to bounce a quarter off. That's just.
See, I'm not even watching that. I'm not even interested. I don't care.
We got Howie.
All about this. This is more interesting news to me than that.
Oh, exactly. We've got more things, and we got some folks coming in there tonight. Thank you for joining us, Gregory. There was someone else I missed in there somewhere. Oh, goodness gracious.
We got Howie. We got Robin.
Dirt Road Entertainment's here. Good evening.
Dirt Road Entertainment. We've got Gregory J. Mansfield. We've got all kinds of folks in here tonight. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for joining in the chat. Now, John, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Think about this. You've been to DJ Expo quite a few times. How many times would you guess that you've been to this show?
I think I'm approaching 10 or 12 times.
10 or 12 times.
Yep.
That's pretty good. I think this is 9 for me. No, this is 8 for me. Number 8.
Nice.
And what's interesting about this show, as we talked about in previous shows, is that this is an East Coast show. This is not what you're going to experience in Vegas for Mobile Beat. This is a very different animal, and it's cool. I love it. This is the one that I really look forward to. It's very interesting to me. I see people coming into the show. I see companies coming into the expo hall, but you don't see it any other show, any other consumer show. We spoke about that a couple of weeks ago, I believe.
Yep.
And the people are just on point. I love the people on the East Coast. I love talking to them. The DJs really got it together. As far as DJs globally goes, I have never met a group of DJs from anywhere who have it together like the East Coast DJs have it together.
I think that's very, very true. Very true. Hey, we got a lot of people joining us. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have got DJ Expo on the mind because next week we will be at DJ Expo.
Welcome, Roman Kleber. He's first time watching. Thanks for watching and joining in the chat.
Thanks for coming on in.
We're going to be live next week somewhere at DJ Expo. John and I. And Tuesday night, I'm a little busy, and so is John. But we'll make something happen.
We're going to make something happen because let's start with Tuesday night, and we're going to work our way out from there.
Okay.
Let's talk about where we're going to be Tuesday night because this is kind of a big event that's going to be happening.
There's a lot of things happening on Tuesday night, actually. So nighttime events, I got to click over here so I get this all right.
Yep.
The first thing that's happening is a free event. You've got to RSVP for it, but it's free. This is the Focus Series launch party. ADJ is sponsoring it. It's on August 16th. It starts at 6:30 and runs to 9:30 at a restaurant called Cuba. What the hell's it called?
Let me just get there. I remember.
I can't think of the name of the place. What is it called?
The Cuba Libre restaurant.
Cuba Libre. There you go. Cuba Libre restaurant. I've eaten there before. It's really good. They're going to have, and it's a really good restaurant. I went there and there wasn't an event going on. We just went there to eat and it was good. But I like that kind of stuff. It's kind of like Puerto Rican, not spicy, but just sweet. But it's Cuban food, like in America, is like fusion with the Florida stuff and the Cuban Florida stuff and the traditional stuff. But it's really good. Pulled pork, pork shoulder, arroz con gandules, that kind of stuff. It's yummy. Plantains. But anyway, cool party focus, serious party drinks. They're going to check out these new lights that are coming out. A lot of moving heads. Cool stuff. Check it out. Absolutely free. And I believe there's a shuttle service to take you from the Trump Taj Mahal to the restaurant. So check it out. Free stuff. That's what's fun about DJ Expo. A lot of free stuff. That's the first big event happening. And the other one that I always thought was like super interesting. Okay, years ago, they used to have this thing. Remember the old promo-only party at the House of Blues?
Oh, yeah.
Well, now they've got another party going on. It is a little different. It's not at well, it's not a House of Blues because House of Blues isn't there anymore.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
They're having a showcase at any rate later on in the evening. You can hit both of these parties.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go to one or the other. You can definitely hit both of them. And all of my information on that, and I apologize to anyone for promoting who's watching, but all of my information for that, I've just, for some weird reason, lost it. I have to find it again.
BJ Illusion asked if we're going to be streaming the expo. We can't stream seminars because of it being part of the show and such, and we don't have that kind of permission. Secondly,
Wrong.
is the internet inside the Taj is horrible. It last year the best internet we had was when we were up in a room and we were sticking the MiFi up on a window, bubble gum up on a window.
I kind of had Rockstar internet for uploading videos in my room 1 year for some reason. It was the year that I got my own room, and they're not doing that anymore. I have to share.
Yeah. It was just
I'll be probably gambling a lot because I can't just chill out in a room with somebody else. So I'll just be up all night.
Be up all night.
But anyway,
well, then we'll be streaming.
We'll stream somewhere.
We'll
stream all night.
We'll wander up and down the boardwalk. Hey, you.
So there's
a
DJ Expo party. It's the summer sessions, they're calling it. And they're calling it a finale. This is at the Brigada Hotel and Casino and Spa. It's from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. They've got people up here like, what did I see? Morgan Page is going to be there. Who else did I just know their name? Oh, Cassette's going to be there. Marcus Schultz, a lot of hot DJs and producers are going to be there. The cool thing about what happens usually with the promo only parties, if this is anything like they've been in the past, you never know who's going to show up.
Yep.
Sometimes they have surprise guests, and I don't know if that's what they're going to do this year. A lot of people want to advertise, hey, we're going to have, this person or that person there. But for some reason, on the East Coast, they don't do it like that. They're like, no. It's going to be a surprise.
Yep. Just show up and you.
Surprises have been people like Pitbull, like major artists or the surprise artists. It's not like, hey, it's the guy who was on F Troop or whatever. It's like real cool surprises. I know I've mentioned this before probably, but one of the most exciting things that ever happened to me, I guess, in retrospect, was I saw like a pre-superstar Lady Gaga performing at one of the promo only parties. She was just there and she just did a performance. Nobody knew who she was. Like 3 weeks later, she was a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's a superstar. So one of the biggest superstars we've got. And she's an actress now. And wow. And we didn't even know who she was.
Yeah, all there. And she's just some gal that was up on she's an interesting character.
She did Love Game and some other tracks that were kind of cool, but we had no idea that she was going to be what she, has become. So anyway, those are some of the cool evening things that are happening. That's just Tuesday night, mind you.
Yeah.
There's always a party going on.
There's something going on each and every night. And that's what takes us, when we talk about streaming from the show, that's going to make it a little more difficult for us because it might be 10 or 11 o'clock East Coast time, which for those of you in Central and Mountain Pacific time zones, you guys won't care as much. It's going to be really earlier or right on time. But for us, it's going to be after a long day of running around and shooting video and such. And now it's like, okay, let's see, it's 11 o'clock. Well, time to go. We'll make a.
You know what I want to do? I want to stream from the boardwalk. I just want to have one time where I can stream from the boardwalk. Maybe do a little man on the street thing or something. And maybe we can get some French fries and let the seagulls come and steal them or something. They're like gangster seagulls on the boardwalk, man. They don't play.
Yeah, they are mad. If you drop food and you don't even bother, you're going to lose an arm.
It's gone. It's gone. Take a whole pizza from you.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on. Those are two of the parties that are going on just on Tuesday night. You can hit both of them, but you have to RSVP for that ADJ Focus Series launch party. You can go to the ADJ Facebook page for links to go and RSVP. Print out your form. They give you a wristband, and it gives you all access, and you get food, and you get drinks, and get to hang out. But space is limited, so get in there.
Yep. And we put the links in the comment section, so you guys can hit that. Or
I believe the promo only party is just a situation where you show up with your badge.
Yeah. Yep.
You are a show attendee, and you get in. I think that's how they do it.
Yeah.
So they usually do it.
Quick and easy with that.
I know there's like a pool party that somebody puts on too, usually, and then like it's so hard to, geez, there's so much going on. Every year it's a little different. Scribble usually does a night at Ego Lounge, which is amazing. And he's got warm-up DJs that are amazing. That's always a good time, every time. I think that's Wednesday night.
Yeah, if you talk to, like, last year, PV had a big thing. Pioneer did something. There's a lot of little side things that are going on. So if you have a manufacturer or company that you like to work with, chances are they're involved with some kind of an after-hours activity. And just keep your ears open and kind of nose around a little bit. Check out the show program once you're there, because that'll have a lot of that information in.
What's going on during the day? Because I haven't even paid attention.
Yep, there's seminars now. The seminars are running Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this year. Thursday is basically just exhibit hall. It's the day to go get the deals in the exhibit hall. I mean, it's
that used to be the day that everybody just kind of dismissed. Oh, there's nothing happening on Thursday. Thursday's a hot day.
Oh, it is.
It's only open till 3, I believe, on Thursday.
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
But it's such a hot day. People come in because a lot of people don't understand. Okay, if you're going to Vegas for a mobile beat or whatever, you fly there, you plan to stay for X amount of days, and you fly out. That's just how it works. DJ Expo is very different, because what people will do is just drive in from wherever they're from, Long Island or, Boston or DC or Baltimore or whatever. They're just coming for the day. And sometimes Thursday's the day. So you'll see different people every day just come in for the day to check out the expo.
And they come in with their van. The number of times they come in on Thursday.
Four-door sedan, their black four-door sedan, usually something exotic, and they'll load it full of gear. I've seen people put some crazy stuff in a big bodied S series Mercedes before.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
Yeah, man. They're driving them. It was one of the years you mentioned that. It was a guy with a beautiful BMW. He's out there, and it was one of the years that there was a speaker company that was selling like $100 speaker. It was a little tiny $100 speakers. Probably, I don't remember which company it was, but it was probably something Radio Shack would have loved to sell at the end of the day. And he's stuffing these speakers, because they were such a great deal, into this car, and it's like, oh my God, those speakers aren't even worth dinging up the interior. And he's jamming them in.
It's quite funny if you stand outside under the canopy and just watch the cars pull up, and you watch the rock and roller cars come out and people loading the stuff they're loading. It's funny to me.
For sure.
I got off topic on that one, but there's stuff happening during the day.
So let's look at a few things during the day. It's going to kick off Monday. Now, it's interesting on the schedule. You've got a combination of seminars that are paid or sponsored seminars, and then you have seminars that are basically, we'll call it, scheduled through DJ Expo. Interesting with that is that it used to be that if there was a sponsored seminar, it was Company A, and the seminar was basically pitching Company A the whole time. Now, there's a little bit of that, but you're looking at some of these seminars where they're actually going to be talking about information that may not even pertain to Company A as you go through here, because there's quite a few sponsored seminars. And again, you've got Pioneer. They're going to be teaching about Record Box, which is obviously, if you're interested in Pioneer gear, you need to know that.
Who's doing that? Is Jay doing that one? Does it even say?
There was one Jay's doing. Larry D is doing one, and DJ J is doing the other one. Jay's
a seminar. We know Jay. Jay's a friend. He's funny. And the cool thing about, if you ever see, because he does sponsor seminars for Pioneer, but Jay is the kind of guy who's going to throw you useful tips.
Yep.
He's very knowledgeable, and he's looked at these things and he's thought, well, how would you apply this to what a mobile DJ does? How would this be helpful? And he's went with some brilliant ideas and some ways that you can use some of the features on not only the products they're showcasing, but maybe things you already have at your events, things that can make you money, things that can make your life easier. So if you ever see an event with Jay, a seminar, and you're like, well, I don't know about the product, go anyway. It's not just going to be about, hey, this button does this and this button does that. He's going to give you some really good application ideas.
Oh yeah, and he's got this subtle way of slipping in some sales information and performance.
He's a mobile DJ. I mean,
that's solid. Yeah, he's a mobile DJ first.
I think he's been on the demonstration team longer. Maybe, I don't know if it's him or Christian, but he's been there for a long time, several years. He's old school. He knows what's going on, and he's a mobile DJ first.
and he
So
definitely.
anyway, it looks like it's a sponsored. It is, but there's other things you'll get out of that.
Yeah, for sure. One thing that I think, Brian, might be a session you want to make sure you hit on Tuesday at 12:30 to 2 o'clock is a country music and dance seminar. I thought that would be right up your alley to.
That's perfect for me.
Yeah, you'll just enjoy that one, talking country music.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to line dance because I would be a great line dance instructor.
Well, I wasn't going to go there. I was just, thinking your love and passion for country music.
For country music, yes.
But you've got some of your typical staples. You've got a bar mitzvah session. Big Daddy's doing that, and he does a lot of bar mitzvahs. So you're going to have good, solid information. Mike Walter's doing a presentation on his keys with a great DJ and MC. You're going to get good information there. Steve Moody's got the all-star MC. So basically, he's grabbed some people who are good with the microphone and being an MC at an event, and they're sharing their ideas and tips and concepts. That's one of the early ones on Monday. It looks like the seminars start 10 to 10:30, which is a little different than as you mentioned, the West Coast with Vegas. Oh my gosh, there's sometimes 8 o'clock. We're flaring up.
Some people are morning people. I'm not sure why they're DJs, but they are.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah. I mean, they're not stupid on the East Coast. They're lucky if you're up at 10.
Yeah, especially after having a 4 a.m. party.
They should plan pretty well that way. And you never used to think of DJ Expo as one for seminars, but they've done a pretty nice job.
Oh yeah, they've got some really, really good, and they've got some keynotes. They've got Red One. They have Marcus. Where was it? I saw Marcus Schultz is going to there. You mentioned Marcus earlier, and they had
spinning at the promo only party.
Cash is going to be there. They've got some pretty big names and such, which they've got to have. There's a balance between things for the mobile DJ, and they've got some things for the kind of club or more bedroom type DJ, for lack of a better way to describe it.
Yeah, it's a nice balance.
Yeah, they've got
a lot of it. I mean, a lot of the stuff does cross for relevance. I mean, just because you're a mobile DJ, maybe you'll pick something up in the club session and vice versa.
For sure, there's some good information. Someone had asked, of course, what would be, what if I were there and not having to work, what sessions I would hit. The one I mentioned, Steve Moody's All-Star on Monday. That's at 11 a.m. That would be one I would put as a high one. Mike Walter I always learn from Mike's sessions. There's going to be a DJ Jer here from the Disc Jockey News is doing some things with EV there. He's also doing some lighting seminars. There's good information there. Because I talk to him so much, we talk about these things, so it's like,
right.
I love Jared and such, but we've discussed all that stuff. And then like Randy Bartlett's going to be doing a session, and you always learn something from him. There was connecting, a gentleman talking about connecting with your clients and such. That's always good. Party games with Jake Jacobson. Yes, every year there's a bar mitzvah session. Every year there's a game session. But you know what? Every year they're bringing out new tools and new games and new ideas.
The bar mitzvah thing is so hot out there.
Yeah,
so hot. Bar and bet mitzvah. I had somebody who was married to someone Jewish one time, and someone in front of them said mitzvah, and they got very angry because it's not a word, I guess. I don't know. So bar and bet mitzvah. That's rock star stuff out there. I mean, that is where these heads of giant companies show off their wealth with these things and have big productions, huge productions, with not just a DJ, but with dancers and with, different musical acts coming in, and it's huge.
Yeah, very much so.
Huge business out there. So that's why they focus on that.
Eric asked if any of the presenters have DVDs or videos. I know Randy Bartlett does. Mike Walter also has. I don't, as I've gone through the schedule, I'm not sure if anyone else has a specific. When you get into games and the mitzvah world, you don't see as much for materials out there, which is really a shame because a good quality educational program in those arenas would be great.
Let me tell you, if you're going to go, and I've done this, and it's mind-blowing. If you can retain information when people are telling you things, if you can really retain it well, I've just had conversations with people that I've ran into about the bar mitzvah market,
Mm-hmm.
and they talk about some of the things they do, and they talk about some of the production they're bringing into these events, and they show me pictures. Wow, I learned so much just talking to people who do them, and I ask questions. Not that I am even interested in doing that, but it's cool stuff. I mean, it's really cool stuff,
Very much
and
so.
they're pros at it out there.
Yeah. And some
But
of
there's
the
one company in Chicago that does them really well,
mm-hmm.
and everybody wants this one company. There are 50 companies that do it really well on the East Coast or more.
Oh yeah, easily.
And they're there, and they are more than willing to share with you, especially if you're not from the area. Then they'll tell you all kinds of things. It almost helps if you come in from the Midwest or the West Coast or the South or whatever, because you're not competing with them. So they'll give you all their secrets.
Yeah. Yeah, and it gets to be just a time to, as again, someone from Midwest, we can go in there and just absorb because they will share. They will definitely share. Gregory, the party game thing was huge. Scott Favor had a set of DVDs, and if you can find those, they were, for a mobile DJ, they were gold. And
I bet you if you reached out to Scott, he could hook you up.
He can't. I've talked to him. Yeah,
he doesn't have them anymore.
No, because they all went. He had them cut, or they were all cut, and Mobile Beat ended up with. The bookstore had them, and they sold out of them, and they just have never made another set. So there might be some people out there who have them. I know I have a few of them, but I don't have. There was like a 5-disc set or something like that.
Remember we talk about backup all the time. Mm-hmm. Scott Favor, backup. Yeah, exactly. You didn't back up your own stuff. I'm ashamed of you. No.
Yeah, exactly. That was a different time.
Yeah,
another one that would be of interest on, let me see, a Wednesday evening, and unfortunately I'll be on my way back to Minnesota by that time because Thursday that I've got a camping trip we're going on. But Casey from Chicago is going to be doing a social media session, and he's going to be talking about that at 5:30. That would definitely be one if you are looking to get into social media. Casey's got a great mind for business, and he's got a great mind for marketing, and he puts it all together behind a lot of the social media discussions and learning and training that he's been taking here in the last few years. So
yeah,
definitely a good one to hit. But I mean, there's a little of everything. You've got some mixing courses, talking about the client experience. I mean, they've just really, I think they've got a nice rounded approach or schedule. It's just that there isn't a all day for wedding DJ type course, because you're getting a variety of things. There's a few here for wedding. And then you've got some, maybe the game side of it. And then so what that means for people like myself as a wedding DJ, I can go and hit my wedding seminars that I want to go to. And then I still have time to go hit the exhibit hall and I'm not having to miss something.
Right.
And I think that's so huge, is that so many times there's such a packed schedule. It's like, I had like 10 minutes in the exhibit hall. I've been to that show many a times.
Right. No, the exhibit hall is so worthwhile at the show. It's the best exhibit hall that I have seen in the United States or in North America. There's a huge one at BPM, but it's very loud.
Yeah,
I haven't been in a couple of years. It's massive, but this one is solid. It's all stuff that it's every company that you pretty much want to see. They're there.
Yeah,
there's boutique companies that are there. There are your major guys are there. I'm excited because we're working with Canal Sound and Light this year.
Yeah.
They speak Canal Hi-Fi. Jeffrey Kwan, he's a really cool guy. And that's who ADJ is doing their booth with. They've changed it up this year. So I'm excited to work with Jeffrey. And he's a really cool guy. And I think he's going to really bring some great input and ideas onto how things are set up and how things are presented for this particular show with the lighting stuff.
Yeah.
It's just good. It's different. I've never done this with Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say Jeffrey. Canal Sound and Light.
Yeah,
he's a friend. I can't help it.
Yeah, it should be.
He's a cool guy.
Should be a good year. They've been involved with Expo, really focusing the last couple of years on the sound side of it more.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
and I've been working on that. So it'll be really cool to get them involved with the lighting side. Because the booths that they've done the last couple of years just around the sound aspect have been really fabulous. Good stuff there. Good stuff. So, another thing that's going to be with Expo next week is the DJN TV Go. Instead of Pokemon Go, it's DJN TV Go. which is our contest we're going to be doing. We've got sponsors, a promo only mixware. The ADJA is sponsoring. There's a couple of other sponsors that have come on. And what we're going to be doing is, to get into this contest, you need to go and take a selfie with one of the Disc Jockey News people or Disc Jockey News TV. In the case of Brian and myself, we could be either one. It doesn't really matter. But what you do is you take a selfie with us, and then you post it on Twitter or Instagram or on the DJN TV Facebook page with the hashtag. You got to take the selfie with one of us. So it's going to be selfie plus one. And you got to tag it, DJNTV Go, G-O. That tag, and then we've got this thing set up so it will find that and enter you into the contest. Now, somebody asked last night, Brian, if they could be how they could be into the contest without being there, because they wanted to be in a contest. Thank you right there, Hubcap Dude. I think what they should do is, if they're watching a video that you and I do from Expo, they take that phone, get a selfie watching our video, and hashtag it. I think we're going to enter them in.
I think that's fair.
I think that's a wonderful idea, because we're going to have, as of last night, we had over $1,000 in product, and a couple of companies came in today, and they had a couple of things. I don't even know what exactly they're going to be bringing in, because this is something that we just put together in the last couple of days. But we're going to have more, and we should be able to, tomorrow I'm hoping we'll be able to cut the videos to talk about the different products and such. But that will be, and I think I've got the video somewhere out on that, but you can find it on our Facebook page. I know it's on the Disc Jockey News Facebook page. We'll have those shared around.
I'm really glad you're doing this, because when I go to these shows, there aren't nearly enough people who want to take pictures with me. So I'm really glad you're doing this to boost that.
You're saying that sarcastically.
Because I have nothing else going on other than, hey, no, I love, if you see me and you want to take a picture of me or say hi, you can totally do it.
Yep, we have one.
I do it all day. And I always tell people, tag me in these. And nobody does.
They don't. And then it's like, oh.
Damn it, I wanted to see the picture too.
If it's anyone that you have seen on one of our shows, anyone, because they're asking about anyone like that, that's legit. If you've seen him as a guest on a show.
So you can go to Jay Brannon at Pioneer and you can do it.
That's right. Jay Brannon.
He's been on the show.
He's been on the show. Yep, exactly.
And you can go to Drax and do it, because Drax has been on the show.
Yep. And you can, the more you do it, the more chances you have to win, because each time you put up a new photo. Then the second part of this is that the photos are going to go onto the DJN TV website. They're going to show up there. So we have to police that to make sure nobody's taking a butt picture and putting it up there.
Right.
Once they're up there, there is a voting mechanism that will be enacted, and people are going to be able to vote for their favorite selfie from DJ Expo. And then I was just talking to Lori, and she's like, we should just give a cash prize away for that. So we're not sure what that's going to be. The woman with the checkbook is saying we should do something.
Lori, oh man,
she wants to.
She's stepping up.
She wants to bring in. So that's
okay. And I'm just going to be honest here. It's one thing to go to promo only and say, hey, can we get a 3-month or a 6-month? And but it's another thing to actually, for Lori actually to say, I'm going to pony up cash for this.
Yeah.
That's so huge.
That was cash. Yeah, I'll tell you, I was a little surprised.
Oh,
but she's
has she been drinking?
No, she
okay. She's just asking.
And again, gang, this is behind the scenes stuff. When we were going to shut down, and we're almost over time, but we don't care. I mean, it's like we're here together tonight, so you guys are going to be with us. When we were going to kind of scale back for the summer and step back and basically enjoy the summer. And as we were getting closer to April and such, that's when Lori's looking at it. She's like, guys, you really should probably keep this going. You've got a great crew that's coming in on Tuesday nights to hang with you. You guys just need to continue to be there with us. And it's like, yeah, right. Well, you guys are here. She knew what she was talking about. She's right.
She's right.
And yay for her. Thank you. And it's because of you guys coming in and enjoying Tuesday nights. Thank you, Twisted. That's that
monkey.
Twisted Mickey there. The only pictures that are off limits are bathroom pics. We don't want to be in there and wanting to, oh, so what are you holding in that selfie? Well, you see, I don't want to explain that in the selfie. So please keep the cameras out of the bathroom. As soon as we're out and our hands are dry, because I don't want to shake your hand with a wet hand, and you can never get it completely dry.
Right. Just for that, someone needs to get a picture of me in the bathroom, not using the restroom, not in the process of
not in dispose,
but in the bathroom somewhere. It's an interesting bathroom, especially right around Wednesday afternoon when everybody's been in and out of there for a couple of days.
Yeah, and the water's, everything's.
But just real quick before we rub show, guys, if you're not a seminar person, if you don't want to go to parties off property or whatever, there's still plenty to do.
Yeah.
Ego Lounge, EGO Lounge in the middle of Trump. That is usually ground zero for where everybody's hanging out eventually. And sometimes you don't see people trickling in until 10, 11 o'clock. But that's where people are. That's where you can pretty much know that people are going to be gathering in this space. The boardwalk is tons of fun. You're going to run into DJs out there. You're going to run into DJs in the hallway. Go to the food court upstairs. There are always DJs up there who you can have lunch with, who you can talk to. You're going to run into folks. If you see me, flag me down, selfie. We'll talk. We'll hang out. I got no problem with that. Because that's kind of why I'm there, to talk and hang out with you guys.
Exactly. It's our time to get to meet some of you that we haven't met yet, to rekindle some friendships of people we've met in the past and such. Again, if you see us in the hall, stop. Not only take the selfie, but hey, just come over. We want to shake your hand for being with us on Tuesday nights and such, because we appreciate you spending time with us. So.
And say, hey, because a lot of people come up and they say, hey, I like your videos. But, if you're watching me here, say, I like your stuff you're doing with John. That would be cool here.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know what you are liking and such. All right, gang, we're going to switch videos here. The link, I just put it up into the chat, so you can click that. That'll be our second video, because we're going to get into the question and answer time frame in just a couple of minutes. So once again, thank you for watching, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes.